This is a production of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, made possible by the Friends of SDPB. Pledge your support for quality programming. Call Friends at 800-333-0789 or donate online at sdpb.org. You may purchase this video and many others online at our website. Click on Shop SDPB. And thank you.
This high school activities championship event is conducted under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
From the Barnett Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota, welcome to the South Dakota High School Activities Association Class B State Boys Basketball Tournament. Hello, everyone, and a gracious good afternoon to you. Along with John Sieber, I'm Gary Hillenbolt. It is good to have you with us from the heart of Brown County on this Thursday afternoon. They have called it through its history the Big B, a wide-open field, some great teams in here, but John Sieber, a lot of teams who have beaten each other in the course of the regular season.
Well, they have, Gary, and when you talk about the B tournament, it's great basketball, number one, but it is also an event. There are people who plan their vacations around this every year just to come. Doesn't matter if their hometown team or is here or not. That's how much the B means to people here in South Dakota. It is an event, and fortunately for us, we're going to be treated to some darn good basketball for the next 3 days.
It's going to be a blast. You're watching the number 1 seed James Valley Christian warm up right now. Don't let that smooth taste fool you, because this is a tournament where a lot of surprises have happened and a lot could this year. Take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard. The 8th seed, the Centerville Tornadoes. They are located in southeast South Dakota, about 35 minutes out of Sioux Falls and about 25 minutes north of Vermilion. The Tornadoes have run into buzzsaws through the years, but this year Corey Muller and the O'Malley brothers have gotten it done, John, and here's their trip to the state tournament in Corey Muller's 12th year as coach.
Well, and for the O'Malley brothers, this team kind of starts and goes through Seamus. I mean, it's really been a team effort, and they've lost to Ethan. They've only played one tournament team, one team here at the B tournament. They lost to Ethan's by 10 back in January. But looking at coming into the state tournament, I don't know if there's a hotter team than Centerville. They've won 10 in a row to make it to the state tournament.
And again, a very tough region. When you take a look at some of those teams, Viborg Hurley, when Hurley was on its own, they would run into Del Rapids, St. Mary, etc. 17-6, their record. They will wear the road purple. The lower seed always wears the dark uniforms, of course. And there you see them right there on the southeast corner of Turner County. They average 65.6 points a game and about 41% of the field goals. 64% at the line. They get 31 rebounds a game, about 19 assists and 10 steals. With the O'Malleys, a very solid team. If they're off their game, it could be a situation where it gets a little bit dicey for them. Seamus O'Malley, the Mount Marty College recruit, the 6'1 senior. He is supported by DeRod, Grushin, Rory O'Malley, and also Tyrell Martz. They are the first 5 for the Tornadoes, for the James Valley Christian Vikings. What a weekend for basketball in the city of Huron, John.
Well, I'm telling you, it is just going to be absolutely wild when you start talking about basketball around the state of South Dakota. And hard to believe, Gary, that we're coming out of the final 3 days of the basketball season in these states. And
Huron, James Valley Christian, of course, representing Class A, 22-1 on the year. Their only loss to a team that's here, Ethan. Their head coach, Darwin Hofer, in his 3rd season. And we say what a weekend for basketball in Huron because the Huron High Tigers are the number 1 seed of the AA tournament. They'll get playing in about an hour in the state AA tournament in Rapid City. They average 69 points a game. The Vikings do. 48% from the field. 2/3 of their foul shots have gone through. 27 rebounds a game. 16 assists and 12 steals. Starting lineup, and it is a good one. Nathan Wadle, somebody we watched play at the state tournament a few years ago, John.
Well, he's a 4-year starter and just an absolutely fantastic basketball player.
go to our public address announcer, Kent Hansen, get the starting lineups, and get the party started in Aberdeen. It's the Big B from the Barnett Center on SDPB TV2.
Good afternoon. The City of Aberdeen, Northern State University, and Aberdeen Central High School, the South Dakota High School Activities Association, along with its corporate partners, Sanford Health, First Premier Bank Card, Farmers Union Insurance Agency, Billion Automotive, and the South Dakota Army National Guard welcome you to Walks Arena on the campus of Northern State University for the opening session of the 2014 State B Boys High School Basketball Tournament. This tournament is being conducted under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and benefit of high school students. Good sportsmanship is essential for the success of these programs. We hope you'll enjoy the games and support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Be a sport and support good sportsmanship throughout this state basketball weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please remain standing as we honor the nation and its flag with the playing of the national anthem. Playing today's national anthem will be the Sully Buttes Pep Band under the direction of Erica Guthmiller. We would like to remind all in attendance that the proper etiquette is to remove all headgear, face the flag with your right hand over your heart. Veterans have the option of saluting. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now let's meet today's participants. First, the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders for Centerville. Blake Hill. Emily Hill. Kristen Lambert. Ashley Lockett. Josie Papinga. And Heather Rist. The Tornado cheer coaches are Allison Hill and Kim Satter. Cheerleaders for James Valley Christian. Allison Blum. Jessica Bolts. Gracelyn Fast. Amanda Halsey. Madison Johnson. Lauren Rink. Sadie Merchant. Tori Reinders. Allison Waldner. And Michaela Williams. The Vikings cheer coaches are Angie Fast and Hannah Scouten. Now let's meet the players from the Region 5 champions, Centerville Tornadoes. Number 1, Jacob Scottfold. Number 13, Darren Hybertson. Number 15, Ethan Cunningham. Number 21, Nick Wixon. Number 31, Adam Austin. Number 35, Tyler Brown. Number 41, Trent Sicking. And number 43, Lane Bendert. And now for the designated home team, your Region 3 champion, James Valley Christian Vikings. Number 3, Jaden Waldner. Number 10, Ben Lowen. Number 20, Michael Mendel. Number 24, Tristan Weeding. Number 30, Caleb Hofer. Number 32, Kellen Hood. Number 34, Jonathan Blum. And number 42, Daniel Stahl. And now for the starters in alternating fashion. For the Tornadoes at a guard, 5'10" and sophomore, number 3, Rory O'Malley. And for the Vikings, 5'9" and senior, number 5, Cole Glanzer. At a guard for the Tornadoes, 6' senior, number 5, Josh Durod. And for the Vikings, 5'10" and sophomore, number 12, Tim Wager. At a guard for the Tornadoes, 6'1" and senior, number 11, Seamus O'Malley. And for the Vikings, 5'11" and senior, number 14, Alex Waldner. In the middle for the Tornadoes, 6'4" and junior, number 23, Christian Grushin. And at a forward for the Vikings, 6'4" and senior, number 22, Nathan Wadle. At a guard for Centerville, 5'10" and sophomore, number 25, Tyrell Martz. And for the Vikings, 6'5" and senior, number 40, Andrew Ovalstad. Assistant coaches for the Tornadoes are Pat Sees and Lee Peterson. Head coach for the Centerville Tornadoes is Corey Miller. Coaches for the James Valley Christian Vikings, Anthony Lind and Al Wager. Head coach for the Vikings, Darwin Hoper. Today's officials are Josh Kemp, Eric Sazu, and Jay Kusler. Alternate official is Bo Beck.
Boys basketball tournament, the big event. First day of spring, March Madness underway. It's in full swing, and we get to share in it this afternoon from Aberdeen. And to call the first game of the afternoon, the man who once drove a Hot Rod Lincoln, Gary Ellenbolt.
Never did that again after Dad caught me. Appreciate it, John. Hello, everybody. The Centerville Tornadoes in the road purple with the gold and white trim. James Valley Christian's Vikings, the number 1 seed, 22-1 of the year. They will wear the home white uniforms and have the black and gold trim. Nathan Wadle set to jump center against Christian Grushin. Here we go. Hope you enjoy the game and a long weekend of basketball from Aberdeen on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. James Valley Christian controlling the tip-off. Cole Glanzer will bring it across the Seiko stripe and set up the first possession of the B tournament. Faith and Potter County coming up about 20 minutes after this one's done. Ball to Wager. Looks right side, top right side of the circle. Wager brings it off to the left. Glanzer's there. He won't take the shot over Rory O'Malley as the Tornadoes set up in his zone. Off the top of the wheel, Ovalstad. Left side, Glanzer thinking. Fires for 3. Rolls around, won't go. Rebound is going to come finally to Josh Durod of the Tornadoes, facing all kinds of pressure. Finally, Rory O'Malley on the save. And here come the Tornadoes. Rolling right side, Tyrell Martz thought about the shot. Get it to Seamus O'Malley. His shot from 17 glances off the rim. Rebound into the hands of Wadle. Here come the Vikings on the baby break. We've played about 52 seconds in this one. No score yet. Ball left side of the circle. Walder, he's along the baseline. Kick it off to the right side. Shots on the way for 3. In, out, no good. Put back up and good for Ovalstad.
Well, that's going to be the story today, Gary. Can Centerville keep James Valley Christian off the boards? They have to be able to rebound, and they have to hit the open shots when they have those.
With the ball, right side is Durod. Looking left, tries to get room on the baseline. Glanzer's not going to let it happen. They'll kick it off on the high post. Martz is there. Roll to the right side. Amen corner. Grushin, the shot on the way. Good. And the Tornadoes have the 2-0 lead on a nifty 16-footer by Christian Grushin, the 6'4 junior. Ball is knocked away. Seamus O'Malley has it. Here come the Tornadoes on the break. O'Malley kicks it off on the right side. Rory O'Malley there on the right wing. Looking for help down low. Here's the shot for 3 on the way. That's off the side of the rim and no good. Ovalstad coming up with the board. James Valley Christian bringing it down. We are tied up at 2. First round at state. Ovalstad 3. Fire the hole! Andrew Ovalstad, the big guy, stops high post, puts up the 21-footer. It's up and down, and the Vikings had the lead. Rory O'Malley quickly on the other side, and it's good. We got a track meet going on at the Barnett Center. And James Valley Christian has the advantage at 5-4. Looking right side. Dick down low. Shots on the way. Ovalstad puts it up. Foul.
And the foul is going to be called on the reach by Tyrell Martz. And so far, Gary, James Valley Christian able to get inside almost at will, except for the big guy Olmsted who stopped and knocked down that three.
Now that's going to put a big onus, I would think, on Christian Grushin, because Grushin's got the size for Centerville, the 6'4 junior. He's got to find some way to keep Olmsted out of there, or at least seriously distracted. First free throw was no good, stays 5-4.
Well, we saw them working on their zone yesterday, and that was one of the things that Coach Muller talked about was, hey, when the ball gets in the paint, everybody has to collapse down.
Olmsted gets another. Eyes the prize. Fires. Got that one.
Shooting about 66% from the free throw line.
And really the whole team is. About 2/3 of their foul shots going down. Rory O'Malley comes to the left side. With it, left side of the circle is DeRod. Looking low, looking high. Everybody's covered. He'll try to get things done inside. Top of the circle they come. Rory is there. The 5'10 sophomore heads into the circle. Ball is taken away. Here's Glanger on the break. Panic at the disco for the Vikings. Shot is up and good. What a reverse layup down low by Glanger.
Wow, and that was stealed by James Valley Christian.
They've taken it away. There's a shot at the other end. Wager puts it up and down. And the Vikings with a big run, 10-4 the lead. We haven't played 3 minutes in this first period here in Aberdeen. Held ball is called, and Centerville's going to get it. Good aggressive defense that time by the Vikings. Centerville's basketball. Seamus O'Malley will not inbound. He'll leave that to his brother, Rory. Rory O'Malley, number 3. Seamus, number 11. Seamus will play his basketball in the G-Pack at Mount Marty College in Yankton. Shots on the way for 3. That's off the front of the rim. No going to go for Martz. He couldn't buy the thrill. And coming down the floor, Andrew Olmsted. Quickly to the right side. Shot for Weedle for 3. Fireball!
Well, first time they got a chance to get it into Weidel, and he did not waste any time at all.
DeRod on the top left. Looks for help. Coming up between the rings. Rory O'Malley starts the slow dribble, switching the hands. Kick off to the left. Nothing doing there. Set it up down lower. Wanted to for DeRod. He was covered. On top they come. Tyrell Martz. He's toward the big wolf for the center circle here at the Barnett Center, Walks Arena, and Donmeyer Court. All at the same time. Seamus has it top right. No shot clock in B basketball. AA has one in South Dakota. A's getting one next year. O'Malley sets up down low. Here's Grushin on the drive. Lost the basketball. Goes into the hands of Weedle. Here come the Vikings on the break. Behind the back pass goes out of bounds. Fancy Dan move by the Vikings doesn't pay off. It's out, and it will go to Centerville. We'll take a break. This one's for us. And the Vikings leading Centerville big, 13-4, 4:18 in the first. Back after this on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Centerville in a world of hurt early, John.
Well, and it's all been sparked by the defense of James Valley Christian. We know they can score points, and their defense is turning some pretty easy points right now for this James Valley Christian team.
Vikings 5 of 7 from the field, 71%. Ball is loose. Vikings have it. Here they come down the floor in a hurry. The drive had it swatted out of his hands. Did Olmsted. And it's out of bounds. James Valley Christian will get it back. And inbounding will be Wager. W-A-G-E-R. Looks like wager, it's Wager. The inbound is going to come straight out to Waldner, who hauls it down. Now on the top left of the circle, Jaden Waldner is into the contest. His first tour of duty for James Valley Christian in the tournament. Halfway through, first quarter, 13-4. James Valley Christian, the 1 seed, leading 8th-seeded Centerville. Olmsted for the baseline left. Shot from 10. Side of the iron. No good. Seamus O'Malley, the authority. Rebound for Centerville. Tornadoes hauling down. Rory O'Malley comes left side. On the top left, here is O'Malley. Seamus driving, diving. Got it.
Well, and that's Centerville needed that, and it has to come from Seamus O'Malley, their leading scorer. Took it on himself to try to get him try to stop this run by James Valley Christian.
Waldner misses in traffic. Rebound comes to O'Malley for Centerville. They're one and done. Rory O'Malley, the kid brother, has it on the left wing. Looking for somebody down low. He'll take it to the baseline. Left to right. What a move. What a shot by Rory O'Malley. And it's a 13-8 lead for James Valley Christian as the Tornadoes are on a 4-0 run.
Extremely quick along that baseline is Rory O'Malley.
Shots on the way. Olmsted, 3, front of the rim and no good. Rory O'Malley right there for the board. Pretty move around the James Valley Christian defense. He spins, he travels.
Well, he was looking to pass off to the right side. Nobody was there, and he kind of got caught up in the defense. took a little extra step in there, but some pretty fancy ball handling by the youngster on his way down the court.
Tornadoes are not going away. They had the longest trip at roughly 4 hours here to Aberdeen, down to the southeastern part of the state. We get a chance, I'll tell you why. The community is named Centerville, and it's not what you think it is. Top left side of the circle. Wager has it. Looks down low. Here's the drive. Up top of the circle they come. Shot for 15 for Ovalstad. Can't have it. Seamus O'Malley lost the basketball. Then it went out. He's fouled.
Well, we get the foul called on Wadle, who was inside. A good job by O'Malley. And since that first flurry, Gary, with the JVC getting it inside for rebounds, Centerville's done a much better job on the box outs.
Josh DeRod with the basketball. 6-foot senior. Gets you over the line. Picked up and tucked by Walder. That's Alex Walder on the defense for JVC. A lot of great speakers come out of JVC in Huron. Did you know that, John?
No, I did not.
All right. Seamus O'Malley. Here's the shot. 15-footer off the rim. No good. Put back to Rod. Up and good.
Ovalstad, I'm not sure who he was boxing out, but he let DeRod go right by him.
Quickly to the left side. Walder on the drive. Looks for help down low. Gets it off to the left. Weedle is there. He's on the wing. On the top of the circle. This is Jaden Walder. He's in trouble. Rory O'Malley all over him like sweat on the defense for Centerville. Quickly left side. Alex Walder. Ovalstad. Down low they come. Jaden Walder. Quick pass to the right side. Nice job by Weedle on the save. Minute 45 to go. Period 1. 13-10. James Valley Christian the lead. Ovalstad down low. Puts it up. Good to foul.
Count the basket. James Valley Christian trying to avoid the same thing that happened, or what happened to them last year when they lost the number 7 seed. And here they came into the State B tournament last year, lost the number 7 seed, and they kind of ruined their dreams of winning the State B championship. Now they come in as the number 1 seed, the favorite team coming into this one, and so far playing like it.
16-point per game scorer is Ovalstad. He's got 9 on the day, 9 of the 16 for the Vikings. And it stands to reason that they would try to get it inside to Ovalstad. Other than the big three-pointer he tried, and he's not afraid to try those either. Seamus O'Malley the shot, can't by the thrill. Rebound coming the other way, and down the floor is Alex Walder. He'll get it to Weedle, who set up the offense, staring down the Centerville zone. Minute and 20 to go. Down low they come. Jaden has it. They come to the right side, sets it up down low. Ovalstad triple team. They'll go right side on the save. Shots on the way for 3. Fire goal, Nathan Weedle.
Wow. Step back 3 by Weedle off that one leg. I know another player that shoots that way as well.
Seamus O'Malley on the shot. The block, no good. Foul. Foul will go on Ovalstad, which isn't the worst news in the world for Corey Muller and the Tornadoes. And you'll put Seamus O'Malley at the line, hitting 77% of his free throws.
Well, and Ovalstad that time, Gary, he's been kind of hanging back in the paints, and that time came out and challenged O'Malley and picked up the foul.
First is good. Short tour of duty ends for Jacob Scottfold, 5'11" senior. Drushit is coming out of the game as well. Martz is back in, and welcome at Trent Sinkink, a 6'1" junior.
Both teams shooting very well from the field right now. James Valley Christian 7 of 13, and Centerville 5 of 10. Centerville does have 6 turnovers here in this first quarter.
Both free throws good by Seamus O'Malley. 55 seconds to go in the round. 7-point advantage for the Vikings at 19-12. Ball comes left side, amen quarter, working the baseline. Shot by Weedle, pretty midair move, and he got it.
Oh, nice little floating shot along the baseline. Defense kind of backed out in the corner on the weak side, and didn't really help out a whole lot.
9 has been the biggest lead for the Vikings, and they've got it again at 21-12. DeRod with their shot off the back of the rim. That's no good. Here comes the long lead feed. It was trying to go to the hands of Wager. It's out of bounds, and the Tornadoes are going to get the basketball.
Thanks to the quick hands of Seamus O'Malley jumping in front of that pass and deflecting it off the leg of Wager.
26 seconds, first quarter. Nice crowd on hand for the first round of the Class B boys tournament. At a wonderful site here at the Barnett Center in Aberdeen. DeRod kicks it off on the right side. Sinking's there. Seamus for 3. Fire in the hole! Seamus O'Malley, the deep NBA 3, making it 21-15. Time is wasted away in the first quarter. Tied up in knots. Well, Glanzer is fouled.
It'll stay here. The jump ball.
Okay.
The jump ball, the call. You got to go down.
Thought maybe that there was a foul called there, but the held ball was called. It will stay in James Valley Christian's possession.
Once again, Gary Ellenbolt doing the proper thing by subbing the players in. Thank you, Mr. Ellenbolt.
They want a technical foul. It's no skin off my nose. I mean, I really can't help them is the only thing. Quick inbound at the buzzer. Shots on the way and good. Give it to Cole Glanzer with 1.9 seconds left and count the foul too.
Well, the old playground trick. We've seen that several times over the years. The defender turns his back to the person taking the ball out of bounds and just throw it off his back, go get it, lay it up. Except Centerville compounded the error this time by committing the foul.
Free throw is no good. Centerville will try to launch one at the buzzer. That one from about 90 feet. Went 86, 23-15. James Valley Christian leading Centerville after one. You watch this. We'll be back to Aberdeen after this on member-supported South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Play that James Valley Christian into the quarter with. The heads-up play by Glanzer taking the ball out of bounds. And right now, Gary, Centerville a little bit rattled, but hanging in there. And we'll get back to the second quarter with Mr. Ellen Bolts.
And you know, we've seen 8 seeds a lot more rattled than this after one quarter. Centerville's in it to win it. DeRod has the ball on the top left. Grushin is down low, can't get arrested. Ball is kicked. And we got a foul away from the basketball.
Reaching on Glanzer, he was trying to go for the steal, did not get there in time. And for Centerville, Gary, it's all about hitting open shots. They've had plenty of good looks in that first quarter, just have not been able to hit some of the open shots that they need if they're going to pull out the upset here.
DeRod with the high inbound, left side. Seamus O'Malley wants to get it off to somebody and out of bounds. Finally, not successful. It goes out. James Valley Christian will get it. Seamus O'Malley had a couple of opportunities to get it off the legs of Olvestad and out of bounds. Perfectly legal play. It just didn't work.
First quarter, Centerville 6 of 12 for 50%. James Valley Christian 9 of 15 for 60%. 7 turnovers in that first quarter for Centerville.
Three-pointer right side. Fire the hole! Alex Walner puts it up and down. It's an 11-point advantage now for James Valley Christian's Vikings. 26-15. Rory O'Malley tries to back down. Looks for help on the right wing. Kicks it off of the top of the circle. Scatfold will take it. Now on the left, DeRod won't take the shot over Glanzer. Wants to drive. Kick it off of the left. Pass never got to Seamus O'Malley. Gets out of bounds.
Well, he was expecting O'Malley to be a little further back up the line than what he was. O'Malley drifted into the deep corner and was waiting to set up there for the three-pointer. And again, another turnover on Centerville. They cannot afford to keep turning the basketball over on those wasted possessions.
Quick moving basketball game to this point. It's a 26-15 lead for James Valley Christian. Olvestad's one-hander is good. Under the lane from Olvestad. Put it up, got it.
6'5" senior showing he can handle the basketball. Put it on the floor and driving right to the rim.
28 for the Vikings, 15 Tornadoes. Rory O'Malley the three, high off the rim. Nice job by Seamus O'Malley on the stop. Scatfold three-pointer off the back of the rim. No gonna go. The ball goes out of bounds. James Valley Christian will take it.
Well, those are the type of shots that James Valley Christian, if they hope to pull the upset, they're going to have to make. And right now the shots are just not falling. They're 1 of 4 on threes. James Valley Christian, on the other hand, Gary, 4 of 7 behind the three-point line. And right now Wallner leads the way. He's got 5, Wadle has 8, and Olvestad with 9 points to pace James Valley Christian.
6 minutes, 35 seconds in the half. Vikings by 13, 28-50. Would you like to know right now how Centerville got its name?
Yes, sir, I certainly would.
And Centerville is not in the middle of Turner County, not technically in the middle of anything else, but at one time, the community was the trade center for the smaller towns around it. So it was the center of trade activity, hence Centerville. And if you're not careful in Centerville, there is a big, it's almost like a horse watering trough. I think they've got flowers in it and a flag there on the middle of Broadway Street. And if you're not careful, out by the Centerville Steakhouse, you can collide with that. So you have to kind of jog around it. No, I haven't, but I'm just saying the opportunity is there.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Okay, no. I have never hit the item in the middle of the street in Centerville.
Points off turnovers. James Valley Christian with 9 points off turnovers. And for Centerville right now, 9 turnovers here in the game.
I do know the old funeral home's for sale if you're interested in Centerville. James Valley Christian's basketball in big lead, 13 points. Ball is swatted away. Vikings will finally get control. Go left side to Glanzer on the wing. Foul, Seamus O'Malley.
Well, O'Malley anticipating the pass to the wing, tried to get there, just could not get there in time, and he ran into Glanzer. But A good timeout taken by Centerville there.
Glanzer in amen corner. Go to Alex Wallner. Bouncer will come back to Glanzer. It is knocked out of bounds. Nice job by Seamus O'Malley.
Got a foul call.
And a foul the other way? Okay. Oh. And that's Glanzer gets the foul on the push in the process. So Centerville was going to get the ball one way or the other.
That's the second on Glanzer. That will get him a seat on the bench. And we'll bring in J.D. Waldner.
So number 3 against number 3. Rory O'Malley takes it across the line. Off to Gerard on the high right. He won't take the 28-footer. Corey Muller's probably glad for that. Go to the left side. Scatbold off the high dribble. Top of the wheel. Rory O'Malley again. 5:58. Quarter 2. 28-15. James Valley Christian shot. O'Malley too hard. No good. Grushin has a pop for his legs and it goes into the hands of Scatbold for the bucket.
Give Grushin the assist on that. I wish we could because he did everything except get the rebound.
Shots on the way. No good. Foul. You will send Nathan Wadle to the line.
And Wadle will step to the free throw line, averaging about 70% on the season. 6'4" senior.
Scatbold will pick up the foul. Skotvold. Scatbold. That's how he spells it. And that's how John and I spell it. At the free throw line, Wadle, 70% free throw shooter. First is good. Back into the game is Tyrell Martz. He will replace Scatbold in the lineup. I did not know knee braces came in school colors. Yeah.
All kinds of colors,
boy,
and styles.
He's got the big Herman Munster knee brace on the right leg, and it's in one of the school's colors in gold. I don't know about the purple. 30-17, 13-point advantage. Seamus O'Malley in a hurry, right side on the wing, shot of the way. His 17-footer goes 19, goes into the hands of Walder, and James Valley Christian will set up the offense, leading by 13 points in half number 1. 5:28 to go in the second. Looking down low, ball is swatted around, comes to the left side, shots on the way. Opelstad can't buy the thrill. Seamus O'Malley with a pretty rebound as he reached right around Wager to get it, and stepping out of bounds was O'Malley, ran out of room. We head the other way to the Vikings.
Well, just an innocent mistake by O'Malley, but I was trying to figure out why he picked up his dribble. The defense wasn't there. That both he and Rory have been able to slide down that sideline a couple of times here in the game. Pick up his dribble in the wrong place. Not quite the Gunderson corner.
Seamus O'Malley out. Scatbold is back in. Looking for help. Jaden Wallner heads left side. Wadle will take it. Backs down to the baseline. Shots up. Good to foul.
Well, and if you're going to leave Wadle one-on-one, he's going to take you to the hole every time and make you pay. And now that Opelstad stepped outside, he's hit that 1-3. He's 1 for 3 from behind the three-point line. But now he stepped out there. Centerville has to respect his shooting ability, and so that opens up things a little more for Wadle on the inside, but Opelstad's above the three-point line.
Josh Durant with the foul, his first. The three-point play successful for Nathan Wadle. And James Valley Christian now leading by 16, 33-17. Wadle with 13, Opelstad with 11 of the 33 for the JVC Vikings. A lot of speakers come out of JVC. Did you know that?
I was waiting for you to enlighten me on that.
Okay, well, it's Thursday. All right, they're out of the baseline right. Shots on the way, good. JVC is
I'm not encouraging you, Ellen Bolt.
Opelstad, right side with the ball is Wager. Bouncer to the right side along the baseline. Opelstad's got it again. Works on Grushin. Shots up, good.
Oh, nice heads-up move by Opelstad. Grushin slid to the high side, and Opelstad hadn't taken his dribble yet. Spun baseline, and it's an easy 2.
Seamus on the drive, coming to right side. Scatbold for a second. Here is Martz with the 3. It's off the front of the rim, and can't buy the thrill of the rebound. Will come. Right back to Seamus O'Malley on the steal. Shots on the way for 3. Fire ball!
Second 3 for O'Malley. And Centerville's going to have to, I would think, start running some more plays for O'Malley to get him some more open looks.
Seamus has got the hot hand. Rory, his younger brother, about to come into the game for the Tornadoes, who trailed by 13 halfway through the quarter. Left side. That was Walder for just a second. Wadle just about lost the basketball. Centerville coming onto the defense. Down low, Opelstad. Beautiful offensive play by James Valley Christian, and Opelstad got the bucket.
And we get an official timeout here. So Opelstad will get up. No foul call. Will be. Do we need a timeout?
3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the second quarter. James Valley Christian 37, Centerville 22. You watch this. We'll come back to Aberdeen. It's the state Class B boys basketball tournament from the Barnett Center on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
A little bit of a mini run to close down to within 5 of number 1 seed James Valley Christian. See if they can go on a little bit of a run here.
Josh Durod will bring the ball down the floor for the Centerville Tornadoes, members of the Tri-Valley Conference. Looking off the top of the circle, Durod. Coming to the right side, Tyler Marks hands the ball. Wants to drive the driveway. Nothing doing there. They'll get it off to Seamus O'Malley. Shot is up from the baseline right. It's good.
Defender wrapped all over him, too, and O'Malley showing his skills. Going glass.
Shots on the way. On the other end, it's up and good for Wadle. They're just trading buckets, which can't help the Tornadoes at all. Wadle into the contest. 15 points for James Valley Christian. He and Olvestad have 15. Of the 39 points. Here's a shot on the way to Rod for 3. Skies off the back of the rim. Seamus O'Malley the rebound. He'll stop and fire. It's on the way and good.
Wow. Olvestad was right on his face at 6'5", and O'Malley went right over him.
Andrew Olvestad, the ball to the right wing. Top of the circle for just a second. Almost taken away. Nice job by March, but couldn't quite thread the needle. Left side, Wadle on the drive of the baseline left. Kick it off to the left side again for Jaden Walder. On the top left they come. Walder's got it again. Line extended left. Down low, Olvestad. Working toward Amen corner, looks to the left, shots on the way, no good. Did everything but drop for him, rolled around the rim. Here's Seamus O'Malley on the drive. Panic at the disco for the Tornadoes, shot up and good.
That's not going to make Coach Hofer happy at all, and his team got beat that easily back down the floor. Centerville's gone to man-to-man, Gary, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game here.
Sinking back into the game, rather. Down low they come. Wadle is backing down under Rod. Kickoff on the left side. 3 ball on the way. In, out, no good. Rebound for DeRod of Centerville. Tornadoes in traffic. Coming down the floor. DeRod. He'll stop. 13-footer on the way. Good.
And he had to launch it way up in the air and hit over the outstretched arms of Olvestad, and that helped the shot land soft.
Guy's got a nice vertical. And Darwin Hofer calling a timeout, as the Vikings lead is now 9 points. 39-30 with a minute 52 in half number 1 here at the state Class B tournament.
Coach Muller likes those media timeouts, doesn't he?
Boy, he does. He's almost like the coaches at Mount Vernon Plankinton last week at the A tournament. They, just get up and call media timeout. Well, you know, coach well and good. And I think, in fairness, we should be able to call a coach's timeout.
Yeah, if they can call a media timeout, we can call
You've had it, Dave.
Timeouts.
We're calling timeout. Talk this one over, you know?
Except for when we run out of timeouts, and then it's always a problem. It's always an issue there. Well, Centerville have been down to about 40% shooting in the ball game. They've hit their last 4. Now they're up to 52%, 2 of 8 on threes, and right now James Valley Christian's shooting at a 62% clip here in this game.
James Valley Christian with 11 of their points off turnovers.
Centerville doing an excellent job on the inside, Gary, on the rebounding. They're actually out-rebounding James Valley Christian 13-9. Another steal.
Wager has the ball taken away, and that was O'Malley. DeRod will bring it down the floor. He's not waiting for anybody. Shot from 15 is good. Now just DeRod with the hot hand for the Tornadoes, John.
Hey, DeRod's been stepping up because the defense has been sliding more toward O'Malley.
Older hits left side. Shots on the way for 3. That claims off the back of the air. That is fire the hole. Up and good. Wager went straight up in the air and down it went. Martz on the other end wants to shoot in traffic. DeRod will take it and fire. That's off the back of the rim and no good. Wadle will get the rebound. James Valley Christian bringing it back down. Up by 10, 42-32. Minute away to go. Drive of the dive. No good. Rejected by Grushin. Ball will come to the Tornadoes. What a block by Christian Grushin. Down low they come. Grushin lost the basketball. Bodies all over the place. Foul is on Centerville. We come the other way, and that'll go on Seamus O'Malley. The player control foul will get O'Malley off the floor. Seamus now with his second. And Jacob Scottvold will come back in for Centerville.
Well, it's going to be, might be a kind of a touch and go 1 minute here left in the half with Seamus on the line. And
double dribble call going on Wager.
They help him out.
Centerville will take it back. Coming back into the game for the last 55 seconds of the half will be Seamus O'Malley. Seamus, not S-H-A-M-E-U-S. You'd have to be quite an individual to name a kid that. It's S-E-A-M-U-S. Seamus, it's an Irish name, as is Rory, as his sister Karen, who plays at Mount Marty. Top right side, 3-pointer on the way. No good, foul, and O'Malley gets 3 at the line.
Well, and that shot very nearly went down. And now James Valley Christian, that's going to be called on Wager. And he's a little frustrated right now.
Darwin Hofer's probably not happy either. He's about 5 feet off the court in front of the bench. Just kind of giving a look like, how long, oh Lord, how long? Seamus's first is good. He may be one of the younger Seamuses in the United States.
77% at the line, yes, sir. I would have to agree.
My dad was a fan of Irish names. My mom named me. My brother is Mike. He wanted to name me Pat. Just wanted a couple of Irish brothers' names, and probably didn't help things the time I drilled a hole in the bottom of Dad's calf bucket. I heard shame and several other things after that. O'Malley with the second free throw. Couldn't have it. 42-34. It's back down to 8. 38 seconds to go in the round. Glanzer will head to the right side. Wadle is there. He's had a very nice half with 15 points. He and Olvestad leading the way for JVC. A lot of good speakers come out of JVC. You know that, right, John? You're just not taking the bait today, 23?
No, sir.
All right.
I've been warned not to encourage you.
On several fronts, this just has not been my day.
Or assist you in any...
Vernal Equinox is saving me, I think. On the left side with it is Waldner. They've got 9. They've got 8 on top for Olvestad. Right side, Wadle, the 3. Fire the hole! Off balance, Trey J by Wadle. And he got it with 1.4 seconds left.
And I don't know if he was going for the bank on that or not, but the shot had a different spin than what his normal shot does. There was no backspin to that shot, more of a side spin when it left his hand, and that helped it find the bottom of the net.
45-34, bombs away at the end of the half, goes off Grushin's head and a couple of other heads. So in this World Cup final, 45-34, Vikings lead Centerville. James Valley Christian, the #1 seed, 1 loss on the year, and on probably 7 3/4 cylinders right now. They lead it 45-34. Watch this, and we're back to Aberdeen. It's the Class B State Boys Basketball Tournament on member-supported, and thank you, South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Returning to the Barnett Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota, game 1 of 12 this weekend in the State Class B Boys Basketball Tournament. The house, as you might expect, and has been the case through the history of what's called the Big B Rocket. Aberdeen does a wonderful job putting this tournament together. He's John Sieber. I'm Gary Ellenbolt. James Valley Christian, just enough to keep Centerville at bay here, but the Tornadoes have done some good things here in the half.
Well, they really have, and it all starts with Seamus O'Malley. You know, and if they can get him free up for a couple more shots, the big thing with Centerville, Gary, and you know this as well as I do, when you're an 8 seed taking on a 1 seed, you have to take advantage of every opportunity you have. And Centerville did not do that in the first half. That's where they kind of fell behind by 15 points or so, and they were able to get their way back into this simply by being more aggressive on defense, going after it, and hitting some open shots.
They have got some players, meaning James Valley Christian, really impressing me so far today. One of them, Olvestad, he'll light it up from anywhere.
You know, and I was shocked, to be honest with you. I knew he scored, but I didn't think he would stop and drop one in from 25 feet. But the kid can shoot and he can put the ball on the floor and drive to the basket. And Wadle with that baked-in 3 to give them the big lead. Otherwise, this thing would have been single digits at the end of the first half. And Centerville, credit those guys for doing an excellent job. Looking at those halftime numbers real quick. First for Centerville, they're led by Seamus O'Malley with 18 points, 8 for Josh Durad, 4 for Rory O'Malley, and we might see a little more scoring out of Rory here in the second half with all the defensive effort for James Valley Christian keying in on Seamus. Tyrell Martz played but did not score in that game or in the first half. Christian Grushin with 2 points and Jacob Scottvold with 2 points. Rebounding wise, and I have to admit, when I look at this, I'm a little shocked. 14-11, Centerville leading the way in the rebounding edge over James Valley Christian, and they're led by Seamus O'Malley with 6 rebounds. James Valley Christian is led by a couple of players, Nathan Wadle with 18, and Andrew Olvestad with 15 points, 5 for Alex Waldner, 3 for Tim Wager, and 4 points for Cole Glanzer. Cole had to sit for much of that second quarter once he got his second foul. Coach Ober pulled him out of there and set him down for a while. And as far as the field goals go, James Valley Christian in the first half shooting 63%. They were 6 of 11 on threes for 54% there. They had 5 of 7 free throws for 71%. And Centerville, 14 of 27 field goals, 51%. They were only 2 of 9 on three-pointers, and they were 4 of 5 at the free throw line. And looking at the turnover situation, turnovers in that first half, 7 for James Valley Christian and 12 for Centerville. Halftime, it's 45-34. James Valley Christian leading the Centerville Tornadoes here at the State B.
You look at Centerville's play in the first half. The pieces are there. It's just a matter of Corey Muller and the rest putting the puzzles together. The O'Malleys are doing what the O'Malleys have to do. It's just a matter of getting 5 guys buying into the program and trying to stem the tide of James Valley Christian. Right now an 11-point lead for JVC, 45-34. We're back after this break from Aberdeen on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
Barnett Center, 1/2 in the books. 23 more to play in the State Class B Boys Basketball Tournament. James Valley Christian, a 45-34 lead over Centerville after 1/2 of play. Teams are back onto the court, and we'll take a look at some highlights right now for the JVC Vikings and the Centerville Tornadoes. John? Here comes the first highlight. This was during the earthquake, by the way.
Should we be diving under the desk?
Okay, maybe not.
Just wait.
All right.
Well,
everybody's fine in Aberdeen. If you couldn't make the trip, you know, not much magnitude at all. And here we come. Here's the shot, right side. Beautiful shot by Wadle. Nothing to it. That fadeaway jumper for 3.
That fadeaway shot standing on the one leg and just kind of, you know, doing the fadeaway stuff. There's the Ovalstad inside. You know, he's been a pretty good force for him on the inside as well as the outside.
And Ovalstad really having his way inside right now.
Well, it's going to be up to Grushin to really keep him out of there. And there's a nice drive by Scott Vold in the lane, or is that DeRod?
DeRod put it up, and he put that up over Ovalstad. He had the guts of a burglar to even try that shot, and he made it.
Had to launch it way up in the air to hit it over Ovalstad. And what are you looking for here, Gary, to come back the second half for Centerville? What do they have to do to keep this thing close?
Take advantage of any opportunity that James Valley Christian gives them. But remember, JVC had their opportunity to make adjustments too. They had not seen Centerville all year except at maybe some summer camps that James Valley Christian has sponsored through the years. And Darwin Hofer, he knows what they can do but doesn't know a lot about the team. But he's had 16 minutes of game time to look at them. So we'll just see what kind of adjustments he makes and try to play a little more mistake-free basketball. Tornadoes on the floor. Darwin Hofer sending his black, gold, and white charges onto the floor. The Vikings lead the Tornadoes 45-34, just about to get underway with quarter number 3. Original starting lineup on the floor for both teams. And here comes Cole Glanzer down the floor for James Valley Christian, working the other way. Course of the second half, you shoot toward your team's bench. That's just the rules. Glanzer on the drive, high off the glass and good. Kissed it off the top of the backboard. Down it went for Glanzer. Glanzer now with 4 points. It's 47-34. James Valley Christian the lead. Rory O'Malley directing traffic from the circle. On him and tough is Walder on the defense. Looking for help on top. Now comes off the screen. Left side, Rory O'Malley. Back to Seamus, who just about lost it. Wants the drive onside. Shot from 15 off the side of the rim and no good. Rebound to Wager. James Valley Christian brings it down. Centerville can ill afford one and dones early, Jim.
No, that's something that they, when they take advantage of those shots, when they have the opportunity, they have to take advantage of it.
Walder, top of the circle, top right. Opelstead had it for a second. Here is Wadle with 18 points in the half. Second shot on the way, good.
Wadle now with 20.
Second shot of the hand for James Valley Christian is good. They are 2 for 2. It's 49-34. Ball top of the wheel. Here's the shot. 15-footer, good, up and good for Tyrell Martz. Saw the opening from 15, put it up from the line, and down it went. 13-point advantage for James Valley Christian, 49-36, Olbestead. Left side, they set it up down low. With it, is Wadle. He will backpedal on the baseline, trying to get around Durod. Stops in the driveway, fires. It's off the side of the iron and no good. Rebound coming to James Valley Christian. Shot left side on the way, no good. Durod coming up with a rebound as Waldner can't buy the thrill on the other end. 6-22. Very fast moving ball game here. Here's the shot. Durod, 18-footer up and good. 49-38. Durod with a nice effort. He's in double figures with 10. Number 5 for the Tornadoes, adding 10. And James Valley Christian has the ball. Glanzer in traffic. Works left side, top left of the circle. Wadle has it there. He'll try to drive the driveway. Dive, and the dive. Shot up, no good. One and done for James Valley Christian. Centerville will try to capitalize. Seamus O'Malley can't get across the line. It is taken away. Wadle with the steal. Only guy around the basketball, and a foul on the push is going to go on the Tornadoes. I think that's on Seamus O'Malley. That'd be his third. Won't be on O'Malley.
Martz.
Okay, Tyrell Martz will pick up the foul. And Martz has his third, which is plenty bad enough for Corey Muller. Jacob Scottfold, the senior, will come into the game first time second half for Centerville. Tornadoes, of course, members of Class B. That's why they're in the tournament. They play 9-man football. Several other sports. Ball taken away, O'Malley. Other than O'Malley is Rory. Shots up good. Nothing to it. Rory O'Malley, beautiful job. O'Malley to O'Malley for the feed, the shot, and the hit. 49-40. James Valley Christian is leading. Rory O'Malley fouled. He'll go to the line for one.
Well, at half, Madison leading Tri-Valley 38-20. That into the third quarter now.
Shots on the way for O'Malley. Rory got it. And now it's the 7th point for O'Malley. His brother with 18. 5:33, third quarter, 49-41, James Valley Christian. Waldner has it on top. Looks left, comes right side. Olvestad, he won't take the 23-footer. Yes, he will. Back of the iron and no good. Rebound pinballed around, and it won't go to anybody as it goes out to the Tornadoes now.
Heads up play by Grushin that time. Realized that at 6'4", he had the height advantage on Wagger and went after the basketball.
Durod working on Walder, top left side of the circle. He'll spin around the circle. Gets a nice screen that time by Christian Grushin. Left side to Rod again on the wing. Grushin will take it. 17 on the way. Good! Kissed one off the window and down it went for Grushin. Christian Grushin with 4 points. And the Tornadoes have cut this to 6. 49-43. Olvestad, left side, shots on the way. Walder for 3. Fire the hole! Walder puts it up and good. 52-43. They just won't let the Tornadoes off the deck in this ball game. Down low they come. With it is Seamus O'Malley. Quickly to the right side. Scottfold 3. Side of the rim and no good. Put back on the way. Grushin couldn't get it done. Rebound is coming to Olvestad. All by himself is Walder. Up and good.
Well, that time Centerville just got caught looking back down court. Now another steal.
There's a steal coming right side. Here is top left side. Well, they wanted it on the top left side. Wadle never got it. Their foul on the push is going on James Valley Christian.
That will be on Jaden Waldner in the backcourt. But an excellent
and down the floor come the Tornadoes with 4 minutes and 13 to go. 11-point lead for James Valley Christian. Durod getting some help. That will come to Seamus O'Malley. Seamus driving. Here he comes. Shot for the right side is no good. Put up the one-hander. Maybe a little bit late on the shot opportunity. And here comes JVC. Shot is on the way. Three-pointer. Wadle, side of the rim and no good. Grushin comes up with the rebound and lost it right back. That goes to Jaden Waldner, and he was in a pretty healthy scrum. Timeout is called, and this one for us with 3:51 to go. Fouled in the process. First of all, that will go on Grushin. We'll take a break. We'll come back to Aberdeen with James Valley Christian leading by 11. 3:51 in the third. You're watching South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Well, we're back, and it just kind of seems like that James Valley Christian just cannot put Centerville away.
No.
Every time they get close to it, Centerville has a little bit of a run. And now in the first half, after the media timeouts, the Tornadoes had a flurry to get real close. Let's see if we can do it again.
Conversely, though, when Centerville gets close, Tri-Valley finds a way to knock them back a couple of pegs. Olvestad, kick it off left side. Here's Glanzer, shot for 3 on the way. Side of the iron, can't by the thrill. Seamus O'Malley gets the ball to Grushin, and down they come. Rory O'Malley with one to beat. On his horse left side, good to foul!
Wave it off. Foul on the floor.
All right.
But Rory O'Malley, extremely quick young man, just a sophomore, and he just kind of drew Ovalstead out with a hesitation move. And when Ovalstead took a half a step toward him, boom, he was already by him.
Seamus O'Malley, the inbound. Left side, Rory O'Malley. Seamus, soon to be a Mount Marty Lancer next year. Good addition for them in the G-Pack. Shots on the way for three. Fire the hole! Deep three, O'Malley.
The young one. Rory O'Malley, the 5'10 sophomore, dropping it in from 28.
54-46. Here's the shot. Ovalstead down low. He got it.
Nice answer by James Valley Christian with Ovalstead.
And they could go inside and have a very successful afternoon, especially with Ovalstead, who's towering above just about everybody on the floor. 56-46, 10-point lead for the James Valley Christian Vikings. Scott Fold has it on the high left. Wadle is on him on the defense. Kicks it off on the down low. Shots on the way. It's up. It's good. Give it to Grushin. He's a guy who needs to be a factor for Centerville in this late going here, John.
Well, Grushin, the tallest player on the team at 6'4", and he's shown he's got some good skills on the inside. A nice little baseline turnaround there.
Game 2 coming up about 20 minutes after this one, and we're just flying through this first game. The Potter County Battlers, co-op of Hovind and Gettysburg, coming up against the Faith Longhorns. And Faith has really had, and I mean this literally, a long and twisty road to the state tournament, as we have both marveled at what happened to the Longhorns in the region final. They're 110 miles from Buffalo. McLaughlin is 175 miles, give or take. And they played at Harding County's new gym, which I have been in, and it is a palace.
Harding County was hosting it, so
yes,
that's where they went back to.
By gosh, you're going there. And, you know, such is life in the northwestern part of the state where there aren't a lot of teams there. And so they had to find a neutral site. Here's the steal. It's on the way. Look toward the left side. Announcer screened by the head coach of Centerville. But he's a little more important than I am here in the scheme of things. James Valley Christian will have it back as it's knocked out of bounds. Wadle with the inbound. And down the cut. Across the line. Here comes Walder. Walder on the top left side. On top they go for Glanzer. 2:34. Third period. 56-48 JVC. Here's a shot from Glanzer. Down low. Just missed it. Ball gets knocked around and out of bounds. And it will come to foul on the Hank is going to go on Ovalstead now. And Andrew will pick up the personal foul. That will be his second. That's against 17 points today. Centerville gets it back with 2:28. Third foul, I should say, on Ovalstead.
Well, and down at the A in Sioux Falls, Madison leading Tri-Valley, and for Madison, Trey Vandenberg has got 33 points in that game.
Down low they come. Shot for Seamus is up and good. Seamus O'Malley puts up a 10-footer in the driveway. Up and good. 6-point lead. James Valley Christian. Shot for Wadle. No good. Foul.
Grushin not liking the call. Neither does the head coach for Centerville, but
Corey Muller he's still arguing considerably about it, as you can see there.
Well, and the official just explained to him, good job by the official telling him, hey, no, he got him with the body.
Yeah.
With the body. Up top was fine. The body's where he got him at.
Grushin with his third personal foul. First free throw by Wadle is no good. It remains 56-50, 2:07 to go. Games tonight, Langford area in action. And also tonight we'll see Ethan playing against White River. Weird to be at a state boys B tournament and not have White River as the #1 seed, John. Second free throw, Wadle, good.
It's kind of weird to be at a state B tournament and not have a Krogman on the roster.
I know. And of course, you know, eligibility being what it is, you can't play anymore after 4 years, so that's just what White River is dealing with. The defending champion, they've won 4 of the last 6 of the Big B. Minute 53 to go. 7-point lead for James Valley Christian. Scott Fold, 13 in, out, no good. Did everything but fall for him. Alex Walder coming up with the rebound. JVC brings it down. Top right side of the circle. Wadle, what a game for him with 21 points. He's on the high right. Scatfold's on him with the defense. Now works off the screen to Amen, quarter to the right side. Glanzer won't take the shot. They'll go on the left side. That was Waldner on the top of the wheel. Wager has it. He fakes right, goes left. Shots on the way for 3. Back of the rim, not going to go. Rebound tipped around, taken by JVC. Shots up, down low. It's up. It's good. Glanzer.
Nice unselfish play by the Vikings that time.
They saw who had the better shot. That was Glanzer, was headed into the driveway, put the shot up and down. Rory O'Malley shot, no good. Foul on the floor.
That's a couple of those that Coach Muller's been asking for on those and ones. That's 2 this half.
Nathan Wadle will pick up the foul. He will not. It is actually going to be Wager who'll get it, and that's his 3rd. Right side, Durod. He'll set it up in Amen corner. Rory O'Malley's there. Won't take the shot. 1 minute to go, 3rd period. 9-point lead for James Valley Christian at 59-50. O'Malley in traffic. Pretty move on the drive. Puts it up. No, he's fouled again.
At the State A, Madison leading Tri-Valley 55-26. As we were saying, Trey Vandenberg with they're now down to a minute 36. We're going to check and see what Vandenberg has, but at the midway point of the 3rd quarter, he had 33 points. I think the State A record 45.
Sure.
First round.
Works here. Rory O'Malley's first shot is no. I'm trying to find a gentle way of saying I have no idea, John. So I'm just going to come out and say it.
You mean there was some stat, some bit of information I was able to dig up that Gary Ellenbolt did not know?
I got to say
that's the first time in 6 years.
That's right. Stop the game. Let's have the parade. 59-52. Coming on the down low. Shot is not going to go. We got a foul climbing over the back and then some. And hopefully the Centerville player is all right. But they set it up down low for Waldner. And everybody's okay.
Scott Vold is fine. He's up.
And
we see the absence of that 3rd foul on Grushin, how important that he is to the Centerville team, because they were at leading on the rebounding side of things over James Valley Christian.
If you're JVC, you just pound and pound and pound inside for all your work. Shot is up and on the way. Give that to Nathan Wadle. Wadle now 23. 61-52 score. 33 seconds. Tyrell Martz will bring it across the line. Get it off to Rory O'Malley. He'll direct traffic on the top of the circle. Right side they come. Ball taken away. Pretty steal by Wager. Panic at the disco for the Vikings. Shot up and good.
Well, there's into the quarter little bits here by James Valley Christian. That's where they've been able to keep this lead and maintain the lead, is because at the end of quarters they've been able to pour it on.
15-footer from Martz. In, out, no good. Rebound Sickink. Here's the shot from Scotfold. 15 is up and good.
Sickink realized he had him on and kicked it back out for the open jump shot.
Shot on the way at the buzzer. Good! Fire the hole! Wadle from way downtown, and I mean downtown Groton. And he put it in. 66-54. 3 in the books, 1 to play. Vikings by 12. Back after this on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Well, we start the 4th quarter, and Centerville trailing by 12. After that, flurry to end the quarter, and that's where James Valley Christian all game has been able to end the quarters on a strong note, and they're able to keep that double-digit lead going into the 4th. With the 4th quarter, here's Gary.
All righty, John, thanks very much. Tornadoes with the basketball, some work to do at a 12-point hole. Start of quarter number 4. Martz will get it to O'Malley. That was Seamus. Off the left side of the circle, Tyrell Martz finds some room. Off to the right side, Grushin back in. His shot from 17 just misses. Gets the rebound pinballed back to him. And the Tornadoes will regroup. Martz against token pressure. 7:33 to play, regulation time, 66-54 score. Rory O'Malley has the ball on the high right. Alex Walder is on him, bumping the bodies, looking for help. He'll turn and fire, no good. Finally, we come the other way as the violation is going to go on Centerville.
Well, contact there a couple of times. We're looking for the foul to be called, nothing called, and O'Malley trying to free himself up, took that extra step in there.
Just a matter of making something happen or trying to. And the personal foul, or I'm sorry, the traveling violation is going to go. Alex Walder will come right side. Gets it off to Wadle. Top of the wheel, Glanzer. Left side, shot is on the way for 3. Fire the hole! Alex Walder puts it up and down. They have lived pretty large with the 3-pointers. Rory O'Malley, has the ball. And Ryan O'Malley in Love Story. Left side along the line extended. DeRod come to the top of the circle. Top of the wheel for Martz. Left side, DeRod. Takes the pass inside. Goes to Amen corner. Rory O'Malley is there. Amen corner on the right side. Driving the baseline. Martz, he left it wide open on the baseline. Couldn't get there. Grushin puts it up. Misses. He's fouled.
What a move by Martz on that baseline, boy. He got Wadle way out on the floor and just blew right by him. Grushin, again, that's how important that young man is to this Centerville team. And Gary, I've been very impressed by Centerville. I did not know that these kids were as quick as what they were. I mean, watched them practice yesterday. They didn't really show a lot of as far as what they were going to be doing or anything. But these kids are very, very quick.
Grushin puts the shot up, gets his 7th point against 3 fouls for Centerville, 69-55. And the Tornadoes really aren't out of it. I mean, this could happen in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Grushin's second free throw is successful. The Tornadoes are in the bonus, and they've got some fouls to give. They've just committed 4.5. Top right side is Wadle. He'll pop from there. Not this time. He's just set it up down low. Shot Olbestad rejected by Grushin. What a play on the D by Christian Grushin of Centerville. Seamus O'Malley on the fly. Driving the dive. No good. Foul on the block. Will go on JVC.
Well, and for Glanzer, just kind of moving backwards. And credit O'Malley for realizing that Glanzer was not set. Took it right at it. Didn't waste any time at all. Just took it right to his chest.
Feet set. Collision happens. Offensive foul.
Third foul on Glanzer now. We saw him set for much of the second quarter with those 2 fouls.
First one for Seamus O'Malley is up and good. I've been trying to figure out through the whole game who the O'Malleys look like. If we can get another close-up of him on the free throw line. Here's the play, first of all. You see the feet are moving, and that's going to mean the blocking foul. Second one on the way for O'Malley. It's up and good. You know those old grainy 1961 films of Roger Maris hitting all those home runs? That's what Seamus and Rory O'Malley look like. And they look a lot alike, and being brothers, that stands to reason. Glanzer right side. Wadle, a shot from 12. It's good.
Glanzer driving to the baseline. Wadle just kind of snuck in behind him.
DeRod takes the ball. Left to right of the baseline. Quickly on the right side. Wide open. Martz, 3. Glances off the rim. Maybe, and no good. James Valley Christian will take. That's a good shot for Martz. A good one for him to take. Just missed it all. 13-point lead. James Valley Christian, 5:43 to go. Up at the high post they come. Olbestad has it. Here's Glanzer holding it high and dry. Backpedaling against Martz of the defense for Centerville. On the drive he comes. Bouncer to the left side. Shot up. Olbestad, no good. Here's the putback. That's not going to go. And Christian Grushin comes up with the rebound. Centerville now facing the trap of James Valley Christian. They've got 10 seconds to get it over. Not that close. Finally, Seamus O'Malley with the save. Comes to the top of the wheel. On the drive, on the dive. Right side, Grushin off his body out of bounds.
Well, and Seamus O'Malley should probably should have went ahead and taken the shot. I think Grushin was getting position to rebound. Wasn't really looking for the pass there.
5 minutes 18 to go. 71-58. Couple of substitutions. Tim Wager is back in now. And he's got the basketball for James Valley Christian. He'll work across the Seiko stripe. There he goes. Seiko being a watch. The stripe of the center of the court. Just think of timeline. Right side, Wadle. Thick at 3. Top right of the wheel. Here is Jaden Waldner. And back over to Wadle. Wadle on the top right side. Won't take the shot. Won't set it up inside. With the ball now is Olbestad. Olbestad lost the ball. O'Malley just about had it. Coming up with the honor. That is going to be Grushin. It's taken right back. And Wadle will get it off to Olbestad. Right side. Wadle up and good. Beautiful offensive set by the James Valley Christian Vikings. And they've got the lead of 15 points at 73-58. Timeout is called. And a 30-second timeout.
Taken by the coach, so we keep it right here.
All right. That we will. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Boy, what kind of night or day, shall I say, is...
Nice feed there by Olbestad. Once he got himself up off the floor and went after the basketball.
Wadle puts it up and puts it down. That was a beautiful move. You can tell that these guys have played a lot of basketball for a long time together. You
really can. And with those two young men, you know, with the Olbestad and with Wadle on the afternoon, you know, for James Valley Christian, these guys, Wadle's now playing in his third state tournament. 4-year starter for both these guys, and it's just, you know, they've both of them over 1,000 points in their career, and it's just been a very good 4-year run for those guys. James Valley Christian's going to miss them. They're gone next year.
One of the players is keeping the pipeline going to Northwestern College down in Orange City, Iowa, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. And, of course, that started with Samantha Kleinsasser, who was just a force for Northwestern and played her basketball at James Valley Christian. Ball is taken away. Alex Walder with the steal. They get it over to brother Jaden. He's on the top left side of the circle. Then Seamus O'Malley commits the foul as he goes after the basketball. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go in regulation time. 15-point lead for JVC over the Tornadoes. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back You're watching the State B-Boys Basketball Tournament from Aberdeen, South Dakota on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Back at it from the State B-Boys Basketball Tournaments. We're at the Barnett Center, Walks Arena, and Don Meyer Courts here in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Beautiful day in the northeast part of the state. They kind of deserved one after the wet meteorological pasting they got on Monday. Waldner has the ball. Doesn't have it any longer. Then the foul is committed. That will go against JVC, or it should. Grushin was the guy who came up with the steal and started to come this way up the court, and play was stopped.
I think he stepped out of bounds on that far end there.
Okay, so no foul called. You'll give it back to James Valley Christian. Ovalstad has the ball. He'll get it to the top left side of the circle. Now Wadel had it for a second. Then it comes to Ovalstad. He fakes down low, backpedals, comes top left side. They're just going to try to bleed off some clock here. Waldner has it on top. Looks to the left side of the wheel. Down low they come. This with the ball for just a second was Wadel. Shots up, no good. Put back on the way. That's not going to go either. Ball is pinballed out of bounds, and it will go to no answer just yet.
Well, they want to confer. One had it one way, one had it the other way. On the officials, it is going to be Centerville ball.
Tornadoes will take it. So Josh Durad was absolutely correct that the ball was going the Tornadoes' way. Centerville some work to do halfway through the fourth quarter here. We have rowdied right through this one at Aberdeen. 15-point lead for James Valley Christian at 73-58. Harry Potter County and Faith coming up next. Three-pointer O'Malley. Fire though! I know when I'm lit, John, all right? Up and good for Seamus O'Malley, and a quick timeout called. We're at 73-61 with 3:40 to go.
Well, and for Seamus O'Malley right now, he's got 25 in the ball game. 30 for Wadel, by the way. In case you're counting along at home there, you're going to throw your stats in there. 30 points for Wadel, 17 for Ovalstad. And we talked about the importance of Grushin for Centerville, Gary.
Right.
8 points, 9 rebounds in the ball game. He's really helped Centerville keep pace and actually lead over James Valley Christian in the rebounding department. 26 rebounds for Centerville, 21 for James Valley Christian.
There you see that three-point bomb for Seamus O'Malley on the far right. 73-61, James Valley Christian leading. They have led from the beginning, and they've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds to hang on. The number 1 seed, and for that matter, the number 8 seed, trying to get to tomorrow night semifinals. Other team will play in the first consolation round game tomorrow at this time. Down low they come. Wide open shot, up and good. Tim Wager puts it up and down.
Great look from Ovalstad. Just turned and fired a baseball pass.
And Wager with the steal. Down they come. Shot for Waldner, 14-footer out the back of the iron. Clangs it away. Rebound finally into the hands of Scott Bold for Centerville, and a foul.
Reach around foul there, trying to knock the ball free. Wasn't able to get there in time was Wager.
75-61. While they're walking down the floor, maybe we could explain the Harry Potter County business. John and some cohorts around the state have one of the most comprehensive, complete football scoreboard shows anywhere in the state. In fact, to our knowledge, it's the only one that actually has statewide callers, and they talk football for an hour. If your radio station doesn't carry it, you should go to somebody and try to talk them into doing it, because it's a great piece of radio as you come home from the games on Friday night. And somebody has the habit there of calling Potter County, the home of the Battlers, Harry Potter County. And you hear that enough, it sticks in your own head. Second free throw was on the way. Scott Bold made one, missed the other. 75-62.
Even when you're trying to keep it out of your head, it still will stick there.
That's an earworm. Kind of like that Pharrell Williams song, that Happy. I've been dealing with that, ever since we left Spearfish, and maybe a couple of days before. Down low they come. Shot for Waldner, missed his foul.
The foul is going to be on Seamus. And for Seamus, that'll be his fourth foul right now.
Remember Call Me Maybe? Talk about your earworms.
That one I still don't like to hear.
The U.S. Olympic swimming team from a couple of years ago did a really nice video to that. A lot of fun. First free throw for Waldner is up. It's down. Waldner with 14 points. That's 3 players in double figures, including the 30 for Wadel. Second on the way. Good. Nothing to it for the 76% foul shooter, Waldner. 2 minutes and 55 and counting. Fourth quarter, 77-62. Here's the steal. Here comes Glanzer. Bouncer left side. Pretty shot by Walter off the feet. It's good.
Well, we saw Glanzer doing that same pass in practice yesterday, that between the legs pass to the side. Didn't think he'd whip it out in the game, but hey, you're up by a 79-62 score. Why not?
Scott Vold on top. Gets it off to Derod along the wing to the left side. Derod looking for room at the baseline. He'll stop and fire. It's too hard. 15-footer went 17. Shot for Grushin. No good. Gets his own rebound. Nice job inside by the big guy Rushin. Behind the back pass. Shot O'Malley on the way. That won't go. They had 3 opportunities. Missed the ball. And here comes the James Valley Christian squad. Going left side. Waldner the shot. 13. Good. Fadeaway Jay on the way. And he got it. It's 81-62. And I think the Vikings can start to taste it now.
Well, you know, and Waldner averaging 12 points a ball game. They really haven't done a lot of scoring out of him this afternoon, thanks to the 30 from Wadle. And Waldner, very quietly, Gary's up to 15 points in the ball game. Very, very quietly.
Well, you look, they've got 17 from Wadle. They've got 30 from Wadle, 17 from Ulvestad, and now 17 from Alex Waldner. So that's 64 of the 81 points coming from 3 guys.
And when you're looking at the turnover side of things, Centerville 21 turnovers, and you're just not going to be able to beat a good team like James Valley Christian by turning the ball over that much. You have to take advantage of the opportunities that you have.
And a lot of those turnovers really are forced by what James Valley Christian is doing defensively.
Yeah.
This is one of the fastest small school teams I've seen in some time, John.
They're very, very quick, but in addition to the quickness, Gary, they know where they're supposed to be on the court.
Right.
And they're in the right place. And that's really tough to teach a lot of times is, yeah, you know where your defensive assignment is. You know what you're supposed to do. But, you know, get there. You have to be there.
Right.
And these kids are doing a very good job of that.
James Valley Christian, 22-1 coming into play in the state tournament. Losing one time to Ethan.
3rd game of the season.
Yeah, and a very close ball game. The Ethan Rustlers playing tonight. And the final game of the first round. Out of left side. Shot for O'Malley for 3. That rolls around off the inbound. Not going to go. And the rebound into the hands of Olvestad, right side. Here is Waldner. The other Waldner's got the ball tied up, held up. And the possession arrow is going to give the ball to JVC. Minute and 52 to go. They have played a very fine ball game, has James Valley Christian. And really, Centerville hasn't not played that badly. It's just that the Vikings have an awful lot of horses, and all of them are in the race right now, John.
Well, that's it. I mean, they're getting excellent performances from several different players.
Very late in the fourth, Madison leading Tri-Valley. That is 67-39 for the Bulldogs. Shot on the way down low, up and good for Wadle, and Wadle now with 32 points. 83-62 Vikings. Rory O'Malley on the sideline trap, gets out of it. He'll drive, right side, shot for the driveway, up and good. Rory O'Malley with the nice shot on the right side in the lane, 83-64. Rory now with 14 points. His brother leads with 25 for Centerville. Shot at the other end, up and good. Give it to Wadle. There's 34, 85-64. Left side to Rod, baseline left, big crowd. He is hung up and fouled as he tries to get the shot off of the baseline, and Josh DeRod will get 2.
And that will be the 4th foul on Glanzer. Cole Glanzer picks up his 4th personal. And that will, well, I thought he might slide out of there, but minute 14 to play in the ball game. You know, it looks like James Valley Christian is going to ease their way into the semis tomorrow night, despite a very valiant effort by the Centerville team.
Will leave the game with 4 fouls and 25 points. Ethan Cunningham is coming in. Also Tyler Brown and Trent Sicking. Let's welcome Nick Wixon into the contest for the Tornadoes. DeRod will remain at the free throw line. And some substitutions for James Valley Christian. Get you those names and numbers as we roll through our day here. First is on the way for DeRod. He missed it. That's all he's going to get. And coming out with the rebound is Wadle. Minute and 9 and counting, fourth quarter. 20-point lead for James Valley Christian. People are going to look at that and think blowout. And while it is a big win for James Valley Christian, Centerville has shown up today.
The score by no way indicates how close this ball game was. And a couple of turnovers here and a couple of turnovers there. You know, a few missed shots. Next thing you know, I mean, Centerville's right in this thing, and they were in it well up into the third quarter.
Kristen Weeding is the new player for James Valley Christian. Welcome in Daniel Stahl. He's a 6-foot sophomore. And coming up with the ball on the top of the circle, but losing it right away. JVC, Michael Mendel will take the ball, and down he comes for the Vikings. They'll win it in 52 seconds here. Right side of the circle. With it is Jonathan Blom. To the top of the circle, Stahl. Left side shot is on the way for three. Glanced off the side of the rim. Sickink comes up with the rebound for Centerville. Tornadoes with 40 seconds left. Over the free throw line is Tyler Brown. On the top of the circle for Cunningham. He'll roll to the right side, come off the screen. Stops to the baseline right. Right side, thinking about the shot. On the down low. It's up, it's good. Fire in the hole. Coming up with the three-pointer, Darren Hybertson, 5'10" senior.
The banked in three from a very difficult angle.
My goodness gracious. JVC coming right side. Shot is on the way for three. That's off the side of the rim with 11 seconds left. Rebound coming to nobody just yet. And now Cunningham will bring it down for the Tornadoes. Cunningham across the line. Sets up the offense. Better hustle with two, with one. Shot on the buzzer. Back of the rim and no good. And James Valley Christian advances past the first round. A salty Centerville squad giving JVC all they wanted. But the Vikings come up with the win. 85-68. The decision over Centerville. James Valley Christian plays tomorrow night in the semifinal contest. Tornadoes will advance to the consolation championship bracket and play tomorrow afternoon at noon Central Time. We'll take a break and we'll come back to dissect this one. The big win for the Vikings, 85-68. You are watching the State Class B Boys Basketball Tournament from Aberdeen on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Is Madison at the Stadium in Sioux Falls. Madison beating Tri-Valley 67-38 in that 1 versus 8 seed there. Here was James Valley Christian winning over Centerville. A good effort by Centerville, Gary, but just not enough horses in order to take it.
And you really can't fault the game plan Corey Muller had or the way that the Tornadoes performed. They got 25 points from Seamus O'Malley, which, you know, he's going to get his points. The rest of the game was basically a matter of all of those weapons that James Valley Christian had. And when you look at the Vikings play, you look at their athleticism, you look at their toughness, you look at their shot selection, you look at the things they can do, and you think to yourself, without giving them the trophy right away, that this is a team with state championship potential.
Well, you really do, and they've got all of the information that, you know, well, as far as the information, but they have all of the pieces in place in order to do that. They have the inside game with Ovalstead. They have the outside game with the guards with Glanzer and Wallner.
And Ovalstead.
And Wadle. And Ovalstead to a certain extent, yeah. I'm sure the coach would much rather get him down on the block, but all the pieces are in place for them to make a run at this State B championship. The first piece went down today. Now they have the semifinals tomorrow night, and taking on a very tough either Faith or Potter County team, depending on which one comes out here. But either one's going to be a pretty good challenge for James Valley Christian tomorrow night.
And this should be one of the better matchups, of course, as the 4-5 traditionally are. We saw that last week at the Girls A tournament that we covered in Spearfish. Faith Longhorns, Potter County Battlers coming up with about 20 minutes to go before we get basketball started here. We'll take another break. We'll take a look at the final statistics for James Valley Christian and Centerville. Vikings over the Tornadoes 85-68. We're back after this on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
Well, game 1 in the books here at the State B in Aberdeen. Game 2 coming up. Potter County and Faith. Let's look at the final numbers first for the Centerville Tornadoes, led today by the outstanding guards Seamus O'Malley. O'Malley with 25 points on the afternoon, 8 rebounds, still with those 25 points. He was 8 of 17 from the field. 14 points for his younger brother, Rory O'Malley. 11 points for Josh Gerard, and 8 points for Christian Grushin. 2 points for Tyrell Martz, 5 for Jacob Scottvold, and 3 points for Darren Hybertson off the bench on that banked-in three. Quite the angle. He was nearly straight on with the side of the scoreboard, or the side of the backboard when he banked that in. That looked like some of the shots Chad was knocking down last night. Well, for James Valley Christian, we'll give you individual stats before we run through the team numbers for you. James Valley Christian led today by the outstanding play of Nathan Wadle. Wadle with 34 points on the afternoon. As you watch some of the highlights from our first game.
That beautiful feat by Glanzer as he rolled down the floor, put the shot up with a one-hander.
And speaking of Glanzer, he finished out today with 8 points, 4 assists for Glanzer, and 17 for Alex Waltner. Waltner was 3 of 4 on threes today. 17 points for Andrew Ovalstead. Ovalstead also with 6 assists on the afternoon, Gary, to go along with the 11 rebounds that he pulled down. 2 points for Jaden Waldner, and that was it for the scoring for James Valley Christian. And as far as the team stats go, turnover-wise, 21 turnovers for Centerville, 11 for James Valley Christian, and the rebounding, Centerville out-rebounded James Valley Christian 31-25. Kind of surprised by that number, but a good job by Centerville, knowing they were outmatched, or at least height-wise came in as the shorter team, but held their own on the boards.
And the Tornadoes are disappointed as well as I do. I mean, they wanted to have a deep run at the state tournament, but they could shake off that disappointment and realize they've got 2 more games to play in state. They could be a factor in the consolation round as they try to work their way up to 5th place.
Well, they can, and those 2 kids right there are going to help them out a lot. That's the O'Malley boys. That's Rory knocking down that. Had to be at least 28 feet out on that in that first half on that three-pointer. We saw some excellent shooting in the first ball game, even, and when you look at the numbers on as far as the shooting goes, I was kind of surprised to see that James Valley Christian had as many rebounds was out-rebounded. They were out-rebounded by Centerville. Looking at those.
The Battlers of Potter County, the Longhorns of Faith, coming up. We'll take a break and we'll come back, talk a little more basketball here between games. Game 1 going to James Valley Christian. We'll find out if the Battlers of the Longhorns advance. More of our post-game / pregame coming up after this from Aberdeen on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Allison Blum, Jessica Bolts, Gracelyn Fast, Amanda Halsey, Madison Johnson, Lauren Rink, Sadie Merchant, Tori Reinders, Allison Waldner, and Michaela Williams. The Vikings cheer coaches are Angie Fast and Hannah Scouten. Now let's meet the players from the Region 5 champion Centerville Tornadoes. Number 1, Jacob Scottfold. Number 13, Darren Hybertson. Number 15, Ethan Cunningham. Number 21, Nick Wixon. Number 31, Adam Austin. Number 35, Tyler Brown. Number 41, Trent Sicking. And number 43, Lane Bendert. And now for the designated home team, your Region 3 champion, James Valley Christian Vikings. Number 3, Jaden Waldner. Number 10, Ben Lowen. Number 20, Michael Mendel. Number 24, Tristan Weeding. Number 30, Caleb Hofer. Number 32, Kellen Hood. Number 34, Jonathan Blum. And number 42, Daniel Stahl. And now for the starters in alternating fashion. For the Tornadoes at a guard, 5'10" and sophomore, number 3, Rory O'Malley. And for the Vikings, 5'9" and senior, number 5, Cole.
This is a production of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, made possible by the Friends of SDPB. Pledge your support for quality programming. Call Friends at 800-333-0789 or donate online at sdpb.org. You may purchase this video and many others online at our website. Click on Shop SDPB. And thank you.
This high school activities championship event is conducted under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
From the Barnett Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota, welcome to the South Dakota High School Activities Association Class B State Boys Basketball Tournament. Hello, everyone, and a gracious good afternoon to you. Along with John Sieber, I'm Gary Ellenbolt. It is good to have you with us from the heart of Brown County on this Thursday afternoon. They have called it through its history the Big B, a wide open field, some great teams in here, but John Sieber, a lot of teams who have beaten each other in the course of the regular season.
Well, they have, Gary, and when you talk about the B tournament, it's great basketball, number one, but it is also an event. There are people who plan their vacations around this every year just to come. Doesn't matter if their hometown team or is here or not. That's how much the B means to people here in South Dakota. It is an event, and fortunately for us, we're going to be treated to some darn good basketball for the next 3 days.
It's going to be a blast. You're watching the number 1 seed James Valley Christian warm up right now. Don't let that smooth taste fool you, because this is a tournament where a lot of surprises have happened and a lot could this year. Take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard. The 8th seed, the Centerville Tornadoes. They are located in southeast South Dakota, about 35 minutes out of Sioux Falls and about 25 minutes north of Vermilion. The Tornadoes have run into buzzsaws through the years, but this year Corey Muller and the O'Malley brothers have gotten it done, John, and here's their trip to the state tournament in Corey Muller's 12th year as coach.
Well, and for the O'Malley brothers, this team kind of starts and goes through Seamus. I mean, it's really been a team effort, and they've lost to Ethan. They've only played one tournament team, one team here at the B tournament. They lost to Ethan by 10 back in January. But looking at coming into the state tournament, I don't know if there's a hotter team than Centerville. They've won 10 in a row to make it to the state tournament.
And again, a very tough region when you take a look at some of those teams. Viborg Hurley, when Hurley was on its own, they would run into Del Rapids, St. Mary, etc. 17-6, their record. They will wear the road purple. The lower seed always wears the dark uniforms, of course. And there you see them right there on the southeast corner of Turner County. They average 65.6 points a game and about 41% of the field goals. 64% at the line. They get 31 rebounds a game, about 19 assists and 10 steals. With the O'Malleys, a very solid team. If they're off their game, it could be a situation where it gets a little bit dicey for them. Seamus O'Malley, the Mount Marty College recruit, the 6'1 senior. He is supported by DeRod, Grushin, Rory O'Malley, and also Tyrell Martz. They are the first 5 for the Tornadoes, for the James Valley Christian Vikings. What a weekend for basketball in the city of Huron, John.
Well, I'm telling you, it is just going to be Absolutely wild when you start talking about basketball around the state of South Dakota, and hard to believe, Gary, that we're coming out of the final 3 days of the basketball season in the states.
And Huron, James Valley Christian, of course, representing Class A, 22-1 on the year. Their only loss to a team that's here, Ethan, their head coach Darwin Hofer in his third season. And we say what a weekend for basketball in Huron because the Huron High Tigers are the #1 seed of the AA tournament. They'll get playing in about an hour in the state AA tournament in Rapid City. They average 69 points a game. The Vikings do. 48% from the field. 2/3 of their foul shots have gone through. 27 rebounds a game. 16 assists and 12 steals. Starting lineup, and it is a good one. Nathan Wadle, somebody we watched play at the state tournament a few years ago, John.
Well, he's a 4-year starter and just an absolutely fantastic basketball player.
Let's go to our public address announcer, Kent Hansen, get the starting lineups and get the party started in Aberdeen. It's the Big B from the Barnett Center on SDPB TV2.
Good afternoon. The City of Aberdeen, Northern State University, and Aberdeen Central High School, the South Dakota High School Activities Association, along with its corporate partners, Sanford Health, First Premier Bank Card, Farmers Union Insurance Agency, Billion Automotive, and the South Dakota Army National Guard welcome you to Walks Arena on the campus of Northern State University for the opening session of the 2014 State B-Boys High School Basketball Tournament. This tournament is being conducted under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and benefit of high school students. Good sportsmanship is essential for the success of these programs. We hope you'll enjoy the games and support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Be a sport and support good sportsmanship throughout this state basketball weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please remain standing as we honor the nation and its flag with the playing of the national anthem. Playing today's national anthem will be the Sully Buttes Pep Band under the direction of Erica Guthmiller. We would like to remind all in attendance that the proper etiquette is to remove all headgear, face the flag with your right hand over your heart. Veterans have the option of saluting. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now let's meet today's participants. First, the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders for Centerville. Blake Hill. Emily Hill. Kristen Lambert. Ashley Lockett. Josie Papinga. And Heather Rist. The Tornado cheer coaches are Allison Hill and Kim Satter. Cheerleaders for James Valley Christian.